What the hell? Hey, you two. Hey, Sean B. I was waiting for a minute. Nobody came on, so I was about to end the stream. So, how are you doing? Who else is on here? Well, somebody dropped off. Well, anyways, I guess y'all not on coming on tonight. All right, well, I'm just gonna be random today. I'm not gonna be on long since nobody seems to be coming on. So, anywho, so as just to give some little updates, rules for my channel. Now, not to offend anybody, but I'm gonna start establishing some rules. Now, the number one rule is, hey Erica, my number one rule is, as you enter the room, please hit the thumbs up. Hey Vicky, I did give y'all time to come. It's almost 6 minutes in. But anyway, welcome to the channel. So, my rule is this. No trolls. Number one. Number two, please greet the host, which is me. Not just come on in the chat and have your own sidebar discussions. I'm not saying everyone do not greet each other or say hello, chat, and moderators and everything else, but don't try to get my channel hostage by having it as if you're conducting your own sidebar conversation and not interacting in what I'm discussing. Because to me, that kind of bothers me, because that's what Facebook is for. Not to, Erica, I got your number. I could talk about it. I'll tell you directly. But what I'm saying is, people get on chats and have these conversations and not addressing who the channel is, which is my channel. So, y'all could ask, don't try to have your whole time on StreamYard where you're going back and forth with other people that has nothing to do with discussion. I'm not trying to get on here and people just go on these tangents with their own issue in the chat. So, yeah, hostage means that I'm in the chat. If I'm in a chat room and I'm watching, what's up, Romeo? And I'm in the chat and say I'm discussing things, and then I'm asking, oh, anybody have anything they want to say? Now, I respect people that they don't want to come. Hey, your pleasure, 721. I respect that people may not want to come on in the link when I do an invite and maybe have a discussion. But when you're in the chat Stop trying to go back and forth with them people in the chat. You know, especially if you come into the room and you don't really say anything, barely say anything. But all I see is back and forth conversations. That's why I said some of y'all need to start your own channel, YouTube channel. Because to me, I feel that talking and I may go on a tangent or I may be discussing, certain things or giving out certain information. And I always say, anybody have anything to say or any questions? You don't have to come on the invite link, but it kind of gives a flow. It gives a flow. I'm eating fish that I just fried. It gives a flow in terms of conversation, Now, I know that when I come on, most of my discussions is usually what I'm going about, what I'm doing about, what I'm doing throughout the day or what topic may pop up that I may express my opinions on. Particularly it was about the ride sharing gigs, But and then it was about my tax tips and things of that nature. So I just want to set the boundaries of don't use the chat as a your personal communication amongst um, people within the chat and sidebars because to me that's very distracting. Yeah, we could say so you don't want people in the chat talking amongst, not to the point where you come into the room and not even acknowledge, um, not just come into the room and you say barely nothing and then you talking amongst yourself throughout the whole entire time. I'm not saying y'all can't talk amongst yourself. I mean, that's fine and dandy. But when it's kind of like, when you're having a whole big discussion, conversation back and forth, and it has, you know, mhm. No, now you're being funny, Jody. Let me try to say it like this. You know how if you and say you collaborating and someone's in the front giving I'm not even gonna say a speech, but if someone's like talking and then you in the audience, there's the audience and people are saying, okay, we are gonna mingle, chat back and forth. Now, like I said, you get some interaction where people not necessarily um express their, you express your views and what the discussion's about. That's why I say, anybody have any questions or whatever the case may be. But then, say for instance, you have like two people. They not really they're in the audience, but they have their sidebar conversation, and you're going back and that's what I'm talking about. Like like ex, um ex, um inclusive conversations that really has nothing to do with someone who's in the front. And I'm not asking for 100% participation. I'm just saying that the chat is not for where you just gone on a tangent and then I'm looking as looking at the chat, and all I see is conversation amongst you know two people, and it's like their own personal conversation. That's what I'm speaking about. And then there is no type of um, acknowledgement to the host, which is me. That's what I'm talking about. So if anyone feels to get offended about that, or they say, well, I'm not going to see her, I ain't coming on her channel no more, blah, blah, blah. Sorry to see you go. But don't just come in the room and just go on discussions of what you going through and just discussing it, and no kind of interaction. The purpose of most people when they do a YouTube channel, most people they either giving out information, um, having bringing up issues where people may have want to discuss certain type of things that may be going on. So that's what I'm talking about. Now I know I may go on a tangent, and I know I may go on random discussions to say, hey, first 10 what? First 10 minutes. What do you mean give the first 20? The first 20 minutes? Oh, you gotta say, I'm not saying don't say hello when you come into the room. I'm not talking about, oh, hello, da da da, good evening, good morning, Chad. I'm not talking about when you come and say hello to greet. I'm not talking about people greeting. That's nothing. Because there's some people when I watch their channel, they like to um they'll go and say they'll say hello for the next 30 minutes, and they got like 50, 60 people. I can't say hello to every, I don't have a big channel. I don't have, I usually have about 8, 10, maybe 11, 12 people watch. Now, Erica, hold on. Hold your thought and answer the phone. I'm going to explain this to you directly. Hold on. All right, Jody, who are you referring to halfway out of her damn? Who are you talking about? Because you get if you speaking about me, you can get the fuck on. That's what you could do. So I know you're not talking about me. And your mama too. You could get the hell on too. All right. How about hello? Let me end this stream. I'm not in the mood with these stupid ass people today. You're not gonna sit up in here, come on here talking about um who the hell you talking about? She's out of her, this lady out of her damn mind, and your mama talking about whatever. Both y'all get blocked. That's why I said if you don't like what I have to say, you could get the hell on and move on. All I'm saying is that don't just come in the room and just think you're just gonna, have your own channel. You know what? I'm gonna end my channel. Y'all have a good night. If anyone chooses to come back, fine. If not, it don't make no difference to me. So good night. I am not in no mood to be listening to these bullshit people today.